Yo, yo, yo. Check, 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 check. Mic 1 2 1 2 1 2. We in this building. We in the building. We in the building. All right. Here we go. Let me get the notes up. Bang. Okay. Here we go. And reporting live from the other side. And 5, 4, 3. What up? What up? What up? Silent night. Oh, silent night. Merry Christmas to everybody and all good night. What up? What up? What up? It's your boy D. Back at you with another video. Merry Christmas to you guys. Forever gang. For Merry Christmas to all of you guys. Hope you guys had a wonderful holiday. And spent that good time with your families and stuff like that. Because, you know, some people don't get the chance to do that. So, Merry Christmas to you guys. Just wanted to get that out there. Start off short with that. But today, the grind don't stop. I'm here to bring you the top 10 2024 breakout stars, in my opinion. So, this list is going to be definitely guys I think who are going to elevate their statuses and do so much better this upcoming year than they were last year. And I think we're going to see a lot of stars and a lot of new names bring themselves up to a higher level. So, that being said, I want to kick it off with my honorable mention, Maxxine Dupri. Maxxine Dupri, honestly, when you first saw with the Maximum models, male models, it was just like, damn, she just looked good. Like, who that? Oof, okay. Like, she gave me very much, I thought she was going to be like a Sunny and like a Miss Elizabeth vibes, kind of, where she's just going to be like a beautiful manager. And I thought that's really all it was going to be. And then she started to get in the ring more. Then she got with Alpha Academy and started training. And like, I think she's dope. Now, did she not have a really that good of a match with Rhea Ripley on Monday Night Raw? Yes. But like, from where she never wrestled in NXT, so from where she was to where she is now, her improvement has only rise. And I think she will only get better as she becomes more immersed into the Divas division. So I got to give her so much respect, so many flowers, because like she's only growing and she's going to only get better and better and better. And I think sooner or later, maybe in 2025, 2026, you could see her challenge for a championship for real, because that's the type of time I see her on. Number 9, Big Bronson Reed. I think Bronson Reed is unnecessarily athletic and he is scary as all hell. You got to give Bronson Reed some respect. He's had some really good matches, especially his match with Gunther on Monday Night Raw. I think it's only a matter of time before Big Bronson Reed really starts to get his feet wet in this division. I know he's in a feud with Ivar right now, and I can't wait to see where that goes. But I think Bronson Reed obviously has that's something special about him that I think him going into the next level, I think would be fire. A match I would love to see one day. It doesn't have to be this year, next year. A match I would love to see Bronson Reed have. I would love to see Bronson Reed go against Solo. I don't know why, but I think that's just a match. That's a styles clash that's like very different. And I think it would be a great match. So that's why I got Bronson Reed right there. Number 8, we have Dakota Kai. I think Dakota Kai is very dope. I like her character. I like her personality. She has this really cool punk look to her. She has one of the biggest NXT moments, believe it or not, when she turned on Tegan Nox in the War Games match. I'm a really big fan of Dakota Kai, and I know she's been hurt, but I think she's been doing better, kind of trying to establish herself as basically pretty much the next Bayley in Damage Control, who's going to be the leader. And it's probably going to look like her, because eventually we all know they're going to kick Bayley out of the group. So I think when Dakota Kai fully gets healthy and she's fully back to work and she's fully wrestling again, I can definitely see a lot going real well for her. I think she can be a really big star if she's pushed right. And I really like Dakota Kai, and I can see her having a big future for sure. Number 7, the Creed brothers. Listen, brother, Creed brothers are fire. And honestly, in my opinion, I wouldn't be surprised if the Creed brothers win a tag team championship within this year, especially if they split these belts, these tag belts like the reports are that you've seen on like Wrestle Ops and shit like that, if they split the tag team belts, the Creed brothers are going to win the tag team championships eventually. It doesn't have to be WrestleMania. Eventually, the Creed brothers will hold those belts. They are so talented. They're so raw, and they're so gifted. They were just in the main event of Monday Night Raw last week. You got to give all respect, peace, and love to the Creed brothers. Julius Creed is a guy. Brutus, I love the Creed. Ivy Niles fighting at day one against Rhea Ripley for the title. They got something special buzzing over there, and you can only just give them props and just see what they're growing down there in NXT, because that shit is something special. In my opinion, they're probably the best weekly show to watch every week. NXT is hot fire. You got to give them credit, all love and respect. Number 6, the Prodigy, Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez is going to the main roster. Whether you guys are yay against Roxanne or nay against Roxanne, Roxanne is so young, and she just, and the fact that like she comes from Booker T, and she's been killing it. When she was NXT champion, she did the damn thing. She beat Mandy Rose when Mandy Rose was really unbeatable. Obviously, we know what happened with that. I think Roxanne Perez is dope. She's done nothing but she kind of plays that Bayley role in the locker room when like everybody else went up, and Bayley was just there, and she was giving back to the locker room, like versus Asuka and all these other women. I kind of see Roxanne Perez in a way as sort of like that, how she's giving back to like your Thea Hales and your Fallon Henleys and your Blair Davenports and women like that who were great. Kiana James, who are great, very talented. But I think this is a time where I think Roxanne has kind of grown out of NXT. If she's not in the main event, what is she there for, in my opinion? So I can really see Roxanne getting ready to really spread her wings and going up to the main roster. Number 5, Trick Williams. Whoop that Trick. What? Are you kidding me? Hell yeah, Trick Williams is going to be on my list. I know there's some people who don't like Trick Williams. I know. Or I think he's just okay. Bro, but we're talking about from where he was. Basically as just Carmelo Hayes' just side guy. To where he is now? What? That boy Trick go crazy, bro. Like his entrance, the pops he gets. And like that Iron Survivor Deadline match was absolutely fire. Trick Williams is dope, bro. I think Trick Williams definitely has a future in this business. I think he has star potential. Hell, some may argue he may have more quote-unquote star potential than Melo, besides just Melo is a way better wrestler. But Trick is literally only getting more used to it, and he's getting better and better and better. And he has the look, the size, the athleticism. I think Trick Williams will for sure in 2024. I'm stamping it now. In 2024, somehow, somewhere, Trick Williams will be NXT champion. I'm stamping it. So I had to have him on there because he's definitely going to be a breakout star. Number 4. Oh, my baby. Tephanie Stratton. Listen, there ain't no secret with me on this channel, bro. If y'all know me, y'all know I love me some Tephanie Stratton. Sweet Jesus. Oh, man. Leslie Kaiser, a lucky mofo. Tephanie Stratton is so dope. She is incredible, incredibly athletic, incredibly gifted, incredibly talented. And she's another one. So young, so much potential, and just so many places she can go. You have to give her that love, credit, and respect. I think she will make a killing on the main roster if booked correctly. I think she could be your next heel, your top heel on maybe your SmackDown, probably. Because, you got Rhea Ripley on Raw. I think on SmackDown, she could be one of the better heels on the show by herself. She doesn't need to be in a stable with anybody or anything. I think she could be a heel all by herself on a SmackDown or on Monday Night Raw. I really love her work. I love her credibility. And I think she's only getting better as the months go on by. And now you can see her working with the younger talent like Fallon Henley. And you can tell that pretty much she's calling the match. You can pretty much see it. And you got to give her that credit and respect that she's getting there. When you're talking about a star who was made in 2023, Tephanie Stratton was clearly the best diva in NXT to me. Number 3 is him. It's Carmel Hayes. That boy Melo don't miss. When you look at in NXT, when you look at people who had matches and who has the athleticism, who's very gifted, and who's basically been showing out all 2023, you got to give that to Carmelo Hayes. You, for sure, pound for pound, have to give that to Carmelo Hayes. I think Carmelo Hayes has also grown himself out of the locker room, and I think this feud with Trick Williams that is basically about to happen, sadly, even though I don't want to see it because keep the brothers together, sadly, I don't want to fucking see it, but I think this feud is going to... This is going to be the feud. This is pretty much Melo's last feud on NXT. He's going to eventually, whether it's one pay-per-view or 2 pay-per-views, probably around WrestleMania, he'll lose to Trick Williams. Trick Williams will win, and you'll see Carmel Hayes probably on a Raw or SmackDown the next week. I think it's time for Carmel Hayes to get up and grow and go to the main roster and go against some real strong talent. Like his match with Kevin Owens was really dope, and I think it's only time for him to grow and do more. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Carmel Hayes does in the future because it's that time. It's that time for him. Number 2 is Chad Gable. I think, honestly, the last 2 years, you could put Chad Gable on these lists. But I do think Chad Gable definitely broke out in 2023, but I think his ceiling could be a lot higher. It's a lot higher than we think it is. I think he could be somebody who's a very avid and credible opponent. His work with Gunther made him so much credible. And just, if you watch Chad Gable, you can't tell me he doesn't remind you some ways in a way of like 99 Kurt Angle. Maybe even 98. But like more like 99 Kurt Angle, where it's like everything is there. The talent is there. It just needs to be pushed the right way. And I think Chad Gable showing he can do comedy with the thank you and the shooshes and stuff like that, and his work with Tozawa, Otis, Maxine. I think you have to really show you've seen how he's growing and how great he really can be. Chad Gable is one of those guys for sure. He's like, the matches he's had this year were incredible. With Gunther, he had a match with Cody Rhodes I thought was hot fire. The Vikings rules matches. Like, come on, bro. Chad Gable is really a star, and we got to stop playing with Chad Gable. And I think Triple H sees that, and I won't be surprised if Gable wins maybe an Intercontinental Championship or United States Championship within this year. I think sooner or later we will see the Alpha Academy with some type of gold in that group. And number 1, my number 1 breakout star this year, no pun intended, Braun Breaker. Bro, when you look at anybody in NXT right now and say who can make an impact on the roster right now, you look at Braun Breaker and you see dollar signs. The way Braun Breaker works is incredible. When you saw Seth Rollins come down from the main roster to have a World Heavyweight Championship match on NXT, there's a reason why he got in there with Braun. And Braun Breaker showed that he's ready. He showed that he's ready for that big moment. And he killed it. Braun Breaker is really that guy. I think Braun Breaker really is a star. He has one of the deadliest spears I've ever seen. Braun Breaker has the top 5 spear, period. He'd be spearing people out of their boots. And honestly, I may make a video on who I think Braun Breaker should fight eventually. Now, a lot of people are going to like it. But I think you guys know what I'm talking about. It'd be a perfect retirement match for a certain person. Just saying. But anyway, I really like Braun Breaker. I think he's going to go. Honestly, I'm willing to make it known that like I could see Braun Breaker on WrestleMania 40 somehow, some way. And like maybe an open match. But I think he's going to be every 10-year anniversary of WrestleMania. You always see like that young star that they have really big high hopes and dreams for. Pretty much on all the 10 pay-per-views. And I think WrestleMania 40, I think Braun Breaker is going to be one of those names. Because he has all the tools in the world to be one of those names. So you got to give credit to Braun Breaker. To me, he is the number one in 2024 breakout stars that we have to look for. So that's how I'm calling it. Let me know how you guys is calling it. Thank you guys for listening. And once again, bro, happy holidays. Have a Merry Christmas. You guys deserve it. And I thank you guys for listening to me go on and on and on about the world of wrestling. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. I appreciate you. It's been your boy D. And once again, until forever finds you,